Hello guys, so the topic is for loop. Why we are using loop? So basically if I want to do some work repeatedly, so we need loop, right? So suppose I just want to print 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So what I am doing, I am just printing a sequence, and I just want to print 1. After incremented 1 I just print 2. After 1 increment I just want to print 3. After 1 increment I just want to 4. So same work I am just repeatedly okay. So if I just want to print hello in 10 times, so hello, 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 and so on, and last hello. Okay, so basically if you want to print hello 10 times, so no need to write print statement 10 times, you just write a loop. When you are able to write a loop, so you can see only 2-line code is needed, and after that you can get the result. You can print hello 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, whatever you want, you just write only 2 line. Okay, so if you want to do some work repeatedly, so you just do the you just write the code inside a loop, and loop is running till whatever you are giving a condition here. Okay, so the first thing is you should give a terminate condition here, right? Terminate condition, because if you are not giving a terminate condition in the for loop, so it is basically run continuously, right? It is basically running at the infinite time. So what you have to do, you just define here how many times you want to run a loop, right? So here for loop, and above one function is used here, that is range function. Okay, so range is basically taking 3 parameter, first, second, third. So first is basically starting point, second is basically end point. Okay, so basically end is not included there, so I am saying that you can take is here end plus 1. Okay, or here is steps, how many steps you will be taken here. Okay, so basically these are written, I am inciting this square brackets, so that means it is optional. Okay, so that is optional, either you can write it or either you cannot write it. Okay, it is totally depend upon the problem statement. Okay, so if you are not giving any value here, if some parameter are optional, okay, this is the point for every you should remember for every time, when everything when anything is optional in any function, so that means it have some value, by default value, right? So if a argument are optional, that means it have some default value. Okay, so default value means if I am not overwrite it, that means it follow the default value. So you can see the start by default value is 0, and the step default value is 1. Okay, that is by default value. If you are not written, if you are written something here, so that means it is overwrited it. Okay, so what range function do? Range function is basically create a sequence. Okay, sequence, what is sequence? Everything like if I am writing Nitin, okay, so this is a sequence. If I am writing 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, what is this? This is a sequence, right? So it is basically create a sequence. Range function is creating a sequence according to whatever you are giving here. Okay, just take some example. Okay, so if I am writing range 1 7 1, okay, I am giving all the parameters. So it is starting from the 1, take one step every time. So 1 plus 1 is 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, end point is not included, right? End point is not included there, that's why I am writing here end plus 1. So it is running till the end minus 1. Okay, so it is creating a sequence 1 2 3 4 5 6. If I am writing range 1 9 2, so what is the output? Output is 1 3 5 7, right? Because 7 plus 2 is 9, and 9 is not included there, so that's why output is 1 3 5 7. Okay, again I am taking another example, range 1 5. What is the output? Because now you can see now I am not taking any step here, right? So by default step is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 5 is not included there, right? Okay, I am taking another example, range. If I am writing 5, so what is the output? So you think about it is starting from 1, but I tell you earlier, so the starting index is 0. By default the value is 0, so it is starting from the 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got my point? So basically it is creating a sequence. Okay, now what is the syntax of for loop? So for variable name, you can write any variable name here, n, and then you can write here sequence. Okay, and then colon, and here you can write your code. Write your code here. Okay, so this is the syntax basically. How we can implement it? So you can see I am writing here for, I am taking a variable I, n, sequence. Sequence is basically either you can create through the range function or either you can take any sequence. Okay, see what is there are so many sequence in Python, we will discuss later on. Okay, so initially I just talk about what is the function is range. So I am writing here 5, and if I am writing print of I, so you can see it is printing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because range 5 is creating this sequence 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what loop is doing? Loop is taking one value from the sequence and put into I, one value. So initially you can see initially it takes 0 from the sequence and put into I and print I. Again is loop is running second time. So second time when loop is going to, it is taking second value from the sequence and put into I and then print I. So this way you can print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, okay, let's see the output here. I am taking Python ideally. Okay, you can use Python ideally. So for I in range 5, then colon, then print I. So you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is print here. Okay, if I am writing for I in range, I am writing here 1, 9, 9, 2. Okay, so print I. So you can see 1, 3, 4, 5. Whatever I said, you can see everything is printed here. Okay, so if you are taking any other thing, so for I in range, if I am writing here 1, okay, I am going to run this loop in reverse order. So 5, 1, so it is starting from the 5 until to the 1. So 1 is not included. That means it is run to the till to the 2, and you should take -1 here, because if you are not taking -1 here, so it is not executed. If I am taking 1 here, so it is going to the infinite, because it is starting from the 5, and if you are giving 1 here, positive 1, so 5 plus 1 is 6, 7, 8, 9, so never it goes to the 1. So if you want to starting from the 1 and goes to the 1, starting from the 5 and goes to the 1, so you should take here -1. Okay, so you can write here print I. So when I am printing, so you can see 5, 4, 3, 2. So this way you can print a loop either in a reverse order or on a ascending or descending order. Okay, so range function is very important function which is used to take the sequence, and if you want to print something, so you can use by using for loop. Okay, so this is the for loop. You can do practice on this. Okay, in the next lecture we will discuss about other things. Thank you so much.